In this morning's Staying Healthy report, a new kind of drug war. It's a fight to get prescription drugs that patients need. As experts on the front lines explain, the shortage encompasses every drug classification.
Glass shards, metal shards, fungus growing in IV bags. I think that the public has a right to be dismayed and outraged.
Dr. Sandra Quater heads the FDA's Office of New Drugs. She says quality control in manufacturing plants is causing nationwide recalls and massive drug shortages. A lack of raw materials, closures and consolidations among drug makers, and low profit margins on certain drugs also have added to the problem. According to the American Society of Healthcare System Pharmacists, we've seen shortages just about quadruple from 74 in 2005 to 276 in 2011.
We are in the midst of what we see as a crisis.
Pharmacists and the FDA have websites to help healthcare professionals monitor the situation. Almost every day, more drugs show up in short supply. The problems hit every drug class, but the majority are generic, sterile injectables. Medications used in everything from giving sick babies the nutrition they need, to surgical anesthesia, to cancer treatments. A government report finds that while the injectables make up only a small percentage of the overall prescription drug market in 2011, they accounted for 74% of drug shortages.
We really saw a spike within the last 12 to 18 months.
Duke Hospital pharmacist Gene Rea says some of his colleagues compare it to working in a third world country.
On a daily basis, we probably only get in about 60 or 70% of the products that we order. I probably spend more than 50% of my time managing drug shortages.
A recent survey found shortages cost U.S. hospitals $216 million a year as they're forced to buy more expensive alternatives.
It's kind of the new norm.
Dr. Reyes says for many patients, including ovarian cancer patients on DOXIL, it's led to rationing.
Patients were on waiting lists, and it was a very difficult situation.
Production by a Johnson & Johnson contractor ceased late last year. The shortage continues to this day. A spokeswoman tells us the company regrets the circumstances, and officials remain focused on returning a reliable source of medicine as rapidly as possible. But getting DOXIL and other crucial drugs back on track will take time.
It didn't get this way overnight. We're not going to fix it overnight.
It's not going away. It's really kind of reached a steady state.
A state many can't believe we've reached in America.
Who would have ever thought we would be in this position?
Reports attribute the drug shortage to 15 deaths in the U.S., including one man who died because the only antibiotic he responded to wasn't available. But Dr. Quater says it's hard to figure out how many have been impacted by the shortages. She estimates it's in the hundreds of thousands, if not